Hello viewers, this is Africa Renaissance TV. Here today we are actually at the Regional Agricultural Directorate in West Coast, where we will be having an interview with the Regional Agricultural Director, that is Mr. Mustafa Drammeh, where he will be taking us through the sector and the area they actually intervening. So in the area of agriculture and agricultural production. So do follow us as we bring you more info about what they do as a directorate and what they do as a department in general. So do follow us as we take you through the director. Thank you. Okay, here we have our director, that is Mr. Drammeh. So we will be having an interview with him today. So he will definitely take us through about the field in which we are all yearning for, because we've realized and we all knew that it's our economics backbone. So it is important that we meet our stakeholders that are actually in the field and in the area of agriculture to ask them more about the information related to agriculture and agricultural production. So Mr. Drammeh, good morning and you're welcome to the program.
Good morning and thank you for having me.
So thank you. It's a pleasure to have you. So briefly, can you tell us about yourself in the field of agriculture and also the need and your role as the Regional Agricultural Director of West Coast Region?
Thank you very much, Mr. Salah, for giving me this opportunity to talk to this TV, Africa Renaissance. In fact, it's something new to me. This is my first time of hearing it. So thank you very much for introducing me to Africa Renaissance. It's a pleasure to be here today. And of course, I take this opportunity also to welcome you to West Coast Regional Agricultural Directorate.
Thank you.
Which spans from Karton to Kalaji. Oh. So my name is Mustafa Drammeh. I'm the Regional Agricultural Director of West Coast Region. I joined agriculture in 1992.
Wow.
That is when I finished my diploma at Gambia College. And for you, we are the first batch of that diploma program at Gambia College.
That's amazing.
So we started in 1989 and then finished in 1992. Wow. So when I finished my first postings, I think it was at Nyamina Dankunku. I was there as a DS, District Extension Supervisor designate. And after 1 year, then I became a full DS at Sarah Sophie in CRR South again. Wow. And then that's where I spent almost 2 years at Sarah Sophie DAC, and then came to SAPO as subject matter specialist production. So just to tell you brief about myself, I think that's Mustafa Drammeh. Thank you very much.
Okay, Director, it's a pleasure to have you here once again. So we actually knew that you are definitely into the field, and you've been into the field since when I was actually not even born. So it is important that we learn from you as mentors who are in the field and have in-depth experience and knowledge in the field of agriculture, especially with the young ones who also want to involve or venture into agriculture and agricultural production. So we've realized that it is definitely our hope that is agriculture. It's our country's economic, or our country's, or the backbone of our country's economy. So can you just briefly tell us about the need for agriculture and basically what agriculture generally entails?
I think agriculture, it's very, very important, as you have already alluded to. If you look at agriculture, even the most developed countries, it's because of agriculture. That is why they are developed to that level. So agriculture, yes, it's a noble profession as well. And agricultural production, of course, will have to go hand in glove with human resource capacity building. So once you have the capacity, then you can go into real agricultural production. Gambia, yes, we have the capacity. The human resource capacity is there. The material capacity is sometimes that is lacking. But this is, all cannot be done at one time. It's a gradual process because we are a developing country. So, but government also has put a lot of emphasis, and it is government priority to make sure that agriculture is developed in this country so that we can achieve food self-sufficiency. Yes, it has been an outcry that since independence until now we cannot feed ourselves.
Yeah, so definitely.
Yes, but I think what is causing that to happen is we don't see agriculture, as a business.
Yeah, that's true.
I think we have to see agriculture as a business, not only as subsistence. So yes, traditionally we are subsistence producers or subsistence farmers. But I think it is time that we graduate from that level now to a commercial level.
Sure.
So we don't only produce to feed ourselves, but we also produce excess so that we go and sell it so that we can get income. And once our incomes are increased, I think it can also help us reduce poverty. So I think the thinking now should be graduating from being a subsistence farmer to a commercial farm. Yes.
Director, can you just briefly take us through the branches of agriculture, because we've realized that there are different branches within the agricultural area. So we will definitely want you to take us through the different branches of agriculture and their key intervention areas, probably, just briefly.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yes, agriculture, when we say agriculture, it is both crops and animal production. So, but for my case, we are in the crop domain, crop production domain. So, in trying to improve crop production in this country, this is where we have this unit, Department of Agricultural Service, Department of Agriculture, sorry. It used to be Department of Agricultural Services, but now it's Department of Agriculture. So, on the Department of Agriculture, you also have different, technical units, that are the technical arms of the department. We have soil water management. In fact, that's the hall we are using. This is their hall. We have plant protection services. Whereas we have agricultural engineering unit. We have food technology services. We have communication, education, extension services that is actually responsible for agricultural communication. I think we have a horticulture technical services. So almost we have about 8 to 9 technical units that are really helping, technical expertise to the Department of Agriculture. So for us, we are there as extension agents. The extension delivery services. That's what we do. That's our role. And in doing that, we work with NARI, National Agricultural Research Institute, very closely. And in that, NARI is responsible for technology, generation, technology development and generation and development. And once those technologies are developed or generated, they are now shared with us. Of course, during the development of the technology, of course, we are also involved, and the farmers are also involved. But NARI, of course, spearheads that technology development and generation. So once the technology is generated, it's proven to be effective, it's proven to be good, then it's shared with us, and then we also share it with our farmers. So, and we try to promote it at the fair. So that is our role. And these are actually the best agricultural practices. The best technologies, best innovations that are generated by NARI research. It's our research institution. So we also try to pass that to our farmers and try to see how they can do it. Of course, we also do it through a method that we have now, one approach that is called farmer field school. Actually, it's not a built structure. But it's just an imaginary structure, So it's not an imaginary structure. So that's where we, teach farmers or share experiences, skills with farmers, from seed, to seed. So that's how how we deliver our messages now to the farmers.
And that's interesting.
Yes.
You said like from seed to seed.
See, exactly.
See, if I'm getting you right, you mean from seed selection to
exactly.
to harvest.
To harvest, exactly.
So that is good, like
yes.
because it's important that especially the farm field school method,
exactly.
it is almost the fastest way to teach farmers and transfer the knowledge to them. Because like learning by doing, so it is important that they also involved into the farmer field school, and it's a good approach. So like just to drag you back just briefly, like you said about the different components in the agricultural sector, we've realized that they're all key components that are playing a role in making sure at least they complement each other's effort. Where we have the parent body, that is the Ministry of Agriculture. So it is also important that we see, like because like our area or our dream is not just within the country, but also sometimes you compare with your neighbors like Senegal and other African countries. So in comparing these issues relating to agricultural production and productivity, how far we've actually gone towards making sure like we realize our dream in the agricultural field?
Yes, I think we are on the track. Sometimes I think the pace we are going, we still need to improve on that. Yes. Agriculture, like I said before, is not only government. It's not only extension workers or people who are working at the Ministry of Agriculture, but it should be everybody's business. This is why there has been creation of an enabling environment for private sector to play their role. So definitely, private sector has a very, very important role to play. In the development of agriculture in this country. So over the years we have seen a lot of private sectors coming into agriculture. Yes, you'll be surprised, but in West Coast here, you have a lot of private farmers here who have vast areas, old fence, with boreholes, and of course doing production, year round. So I think these are the types of investment, private sector investment that we need in agriculture. So they have to come on board. So we want to encourage, we want to inspire everybody to come on board, because government alone cannot do it. Government can only, provide the enabling environment. And in terms of course, government contribution towards agricultural production, we have seen over the years a lot of gardens have been established. For the production of vegetables, year round. We have seen in the area of mechanization, the government has purchased almost 50 tractors last year or year before last, and these 50 tractors are distributed across the agricultural regions. In West Coast, we receive 4. And these are deployed during the rainy season. They are deployed at our mixed farming centers. That is, we have 5 of them in this region, but they are deployed in 4. That is Jambanjeri, Pirang, Somita, and Kanjibat. These are the 4 mixed farming centers where we have tractors. Yes, government has also procured some power tillers, some tracers, seeders, sign hose. When you talk about those small, simple implements, people start talking. We have gone to tractorization already. Why are they bringing us back to seeders and sign hose? But you see, we don't just jump and give something to our farmers, because always what we do first is need assessment. We have to, we do that so that we know what are the needs, what are the felt needs of our farmers. Once we establish that, that's the time we can come with our responses. Okay, that's how we can come with the answers to their questions. So that's what we do. So this was as a result of the assessment that we did, and looking of our farming population also. Most of our farmers are smallholders. We call them smallholder farmers. So most of them don't need these tractors. What they need is these small implements. And of course, they draft animals. That's what they told us. And this is where government came out to buy purchase those things for them. And it's really helping them. You go to them, if you ask them, they say, yes, me, I need this, that, this, I know, this donkey or this horse, then the tractor.
That is right.
So I think we are moving in the right direction. Of course, when we also talk about mechanization, I mean, it goes through stages, you know, from one stage to the other. So the stage that we are now, of course, we are moving towards real mechanization.
Okay, that is improving, and like, you know, there is hope for agriculture.
Certainly.
With the intervention of some of these projects.
Exactly.
So we pray that, you know, we definitely realize our dream in agriculture.
Yes. Not to cut you short, even with these projects, you know, yes, we have received a lot of support, particularly during this season from projects like Giraffe. Giraffe is Gambia inclusive, resilient agriculture value chain, you know, project Giraffe.
Okay.
We receive both maize and rice seeds, and these are quality seeds. That we have purchased and then given to us, and we distribute to our farmers. And we have seen, in fact, the performance of these crops, and we show we're going to have a bumper harvest. Rice value chain transformation project also gave us rice seeds, and this we are also giving to our farmers. So, you know, in a nutshell, I think projects are definitely contributing towards the development of our agriculture in this country.
Okay, that will definitely take me to my next question, because, like, you know, we realize that in our country we rain-fed, or we are into rain-fed, because, like, we entirely depend on rain for our production and our productivity. So just going through, like, into the practical base, we've realized that if there is no sufficient rain, in fact, almost like, you know, agricultural production is not as it is expected. So now, you as a seasoned agriculturist, what do you definitely have, like, you know, something that is more practically oriented and something that is more practically feasible in the field of agriculture, where people can see it as a way of living, because not just like you said about for consumption, but at least, you know, for commercialization purpose, because we have to see agriculture as a business, like you said. So it is important that we also go to the grassroots and for them to understand the need for agriculture and how best they can use that method and we it as a source of living, and also, like, you know, source of food self-sufficiency and, you know, income generation. So in that, what is your definite word, or what is your message or information regarding, like, you know, how best we can definitely do away with just depending in one season or seasonal production to year-round production?
Thank you very much, Mr. Salla. I think that is a very important question. You see, yes, Gambia's agriculture entirely depends on rainfall. And honestly, to tell you the truth, rain-fed or agriculture will not take us to where we want to go. So we will have to have other areas where we need to venture to, so that we can, you know, access irrigation. So I think irrigation in another form is very, very important. Yes, we have our, you know, water. We have abundance of water in this country. So we only need to tap this water and then see how best we use it so that we can, you know, do production year round. It is possible. You see, all these crops that we are growing, be it, or, you know, upland crops like, you know, groundnut, maize, early millet, you know, vegetables, you know, we can grow them throughout the year. Once they have, you know, irrigation, we can produce them. So I think there's a need for, you know, investment, because if you want to tap river water, you know, yes, there's a way that you can do it. You know, tidal irrigation, yes, it's possible. Maybe that is, you know, that's less costly compared to pump irrigation. Because pump irrigation, we know, is very expensive. But I think at this point in time, we need it. We need to have, you know, we need to reintroduce pump irrigation. And I think government is thinking in that line. Already, there are projects here that I'm sure they'll be looking at pump irrigation as well as the tidal irrigation. So for me, I think rain-fed agriculture will not take us anywhere. We'll definitely have to go in for other forms of irrigation.
Exactly. So that is right, because like we cannot definitely just entirely depend on rain for our production. Just knowing fully well about the impact of climate change and its related hazard.
Exactly.
It is important that we also see how best something that is more suitable to our living condition, to see that we see the need for us to venture into agriculture. Okay, Director, finally, we just like it's important that farmers also feel the need for agriculture, and also let them feel like there are people who are representing them and their needs, because it's important that we also see that, because we're serving them, especially those in the rural area. So they definitely need to see the need to agriculture, because we've realized that some probably have that mindset that agriculture is only for the poor. So do farmers definitely realize the impact of the stakeholders that are within the agricultural value chain in making sure at least some of their plights and needs are definitely addressed? Just finally.
Yes, you see, like I said before, we the extension workers and our farmers, we are always into contact. So because we have this routine, monitoring and supervision. And normally when we go for that, we'll sit and discuss with them, discuss issues that are affecting them in their production. So this is where we get a lot of information, and this is where we also come with our response strategy. So once we know their problems, then we come back, discuss it amongst ourselves and see which areas we think we can come in to help, because we cannot do it all.
Yeah, that's true.
But of course, everything also there's a timeline. So normally what we also do is to prioritize what the needs are. So once we prioritize what their needs are, then we can come up with our response strategy. And normally whatever we have in any small way, then we provide that to them.
So that's true.
Yeah, but one thing I would just also want to make very clear here is, I think resource is a big problem at the regional levels. Like here, I don't control any resources here. All that I have here is a human resource, and of course the vehicles and that's what we have here. So, but the main challenge is, like, when farmers come to us and tell us their problem, like we cannot react to their problems immediately, because we don't have it. We also have to go through a lot of areas, places, to get that help for them. So it's not easy. And so if you look at farm, it's timely. Everything is timely. If we are delayed in any of those, operations, it has, a negative impact, at the final end, or the final result. You see, yes.
Okay, that was definitely insightful. We really appreciate your time, and we hope and pray that inshallah with time farmers will definitely realize their dream in agriculture and agricultural production. So it was a pleasure having you, and thank you for your time. We really appreciate it, and we hope that in our subsequent programs you'll be invited, where we'll be going to the field and we see the need for agriculture, and what farmers are definitely doing in making sure they definitely bring food to the table in our agricultural area and production. So thank you, viewers. That was all for today. We were here today in the Regional Agricultural Directorate at Yundum. We were with Mr. Mustafa Drammeh, the Regional Agriculture Director. We have an inside interview with him about the agriculture, in-depth information where he gave us about agriculture, what is agriculture in general, and what they do as a directorate, and what actually they're contributing towards the the realization of food self-sufficiency. So until next, we will be saying bye to you, and thank you for joining us, and do have a wonderful day ahead. Thank you. Hello viewers, thank you. That was all for today, as we were here today at the Regional Agricultural Directorate in West Coast Region, where we had an interview with the Regional Agriculture Director, Mr. Mustafa Drammeh. He took us through the areas in agriculture and what they do as a directorate and a department in general. So thank you for following us. Until next, do follow us in our social media pages. We have our Instagram page, Africa Renaissance TV, our Facebook page, and our YouTube channel. So thank you all for following, and do follow us in our subsequent programs. Thank you.